Leroy, watch out. Leroy, go. Hello? So that's just, this is a path I use all the time. And this was kind of in my way. So I just bucked it up for the sake of the video. The pith was kind of rotten out, but everything else, like that's good hardwood there still. So cool little axe. So this tree right here, this tree is completely dead. It's like, but it's died recently. Like it's still good and hard. It's just all the branches all the way up, they're all dead. There's no life in it. So I'm gonna cut it down just to try kind of see how this axe does for felling. This is like this is hard wood. Well, it's a soft wood. This is a spruce tree, but I mean, it hasn't been dead very long. And so it's still like awesome for that test, and it's a good thickness. I say this is about a 10 maybe 11-inch tree, so this is a good thickness for a lot of stuff. And this is a little axe, so we're gonna see how it does with this. It's got a wicked lean going towards us into the bush. There's like a little logging trail back here, so I'd rather lay it down across the logging trail and buck it up, but I don't have a choice. I'm gonna have to push this thing this way because of the lean, and it is for sure going to get all bound up in there. But I'm not actually gonna take this wood and use it for anything. That's why I was looking for a dead one. I'm just doing this for the test, so it doesn't really bother me too much. Hey, go, good dog, Lee. Go. So this is my front cut here I've got going on here, and I'm going to bring it in and meet this back cut a little bit. And I'm not going to worry too much about over here. Just I don't really want to stand in front of it too much. But I think this thing is pretty close to being able to go. So I brought this back to here. This isn't my best work, guys, but it's not too bad for, this is the first real work I've done with this axe, and it's not kind of in the size range that I'm used to. And these branches are kind of always getting in the way of my backswing and my vision and stuff. So not that I'm trying to make excuses. So don't do what I just did, basically, but yeah, it came down, kind of squashed a little, that spruce there too, but and there's this dead one here. But yeah, I didn't think it was hung up that bad, but it was hung up really well. Now that you can see a little bit better, it's gone. I'm gonna buck this up to save this, I'm gonna try and cut it up there to save this spruce tree here, but I'm not going to show the video just to kind of save on time. Actually, guys, I got a new game plan. I'm going to try this. Perfect. Perfect. I don't know if you were able to really see what was going on there on the camera, but it was pinning this spruce tree over, so the spruce tree would have died. So I just picked the end up and moved it over, and it fell in between this dead spruce and this live spruce here, and that's fine. It'll just rot away. The mushrooms will get in there and the mycelium and all that, and it'll rot and everything's good. Pretty cool. So, I'm really finding that, I thought my accuracy was gonna like really improve with these camp axes, but I actually find it's a lot worse. The bigger heads, I just kind of like let them I kind of give it that, like, I just kind of guide them in there, right? And they do the work. So I find that I'm way more accurate with that, with these little heads, but I do notice an improvement as I keep using it. I'm getting better and better. I'm noticing a tech with the bigger ones. A lot of times I'll clean my cutout this way, and then my cross cut, I'll keep my left hand still on the swell, the palm swell, and I'll come around and I'll come in that way. With these little axes, I'm finding that I'm missing a lot, like almost all the time. So what I have to do is I come in for my initial cut, and then I switch hands, and then I come in for my other cut, and every time I do that, my accuracy is like pretty good. And when I'm not doing that, it's kind of being a little bit of an issue. I know this is probably kind of stupid because most of you guys are probably like awesome with these camp axes, but I've just, I live somewhere where it's like thick bush, and I've just always used a full-size axe because I just find that, or pretty much always use a full-size axe, it breaks the wood up easy, right? And I just have big fires, and it's always been kind of easy, but they're not really any good for making crafts and stuff, right? You're really relying on a knife, or you got to bring a knife and a hatchet, so that you have a smaller axe to do some roughing stuff out and all that. So, and they're a lot to pack around, those full-size axes. A lot of times oh, sorry, the camera. I just realized how dirty that is. I'm so sorry. a lot of the times you're just not going to, you know, you're gonna leave something else behind in order to take the full size axe. So mainly I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone and develop new skills. So I've been getting into this camp axe type thing here, and I like it. It's different, but I'm gonna do a little more with it, and then I'll try and do like a review. I think this axe is pretty awesome. It's a little expensive, but I think it's worth it. It's pretty awesome, and I'll kind of give my take on that and all that stuff. Hey guys, I got some dried reindeer moss mixed with some leaves and the birch we got there for a little tinder bundle, and then make a fire with everything we processed. You only use that axe. I'm using charred twine to catch the spark, but it burns really fast, and usually I add some dried horse hoof mushrooms to carry the coal, but I don't have any, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of punkwood just to try and so I'm not using up all my my char cloth, because it works really, really well. I was keeping a little birch bark just in case, but it looks like it's going, so I'm just gonna throw it in there. Hey guys, so I got the fire going behind me there, but so this is the Gransfors Bruks Scandinavian forest axe, and it's pretty awesome. It's a little bit expensive. This cost me about $230 Canadian for it, which is not super cheap as far as axes go, but it's pretty awesome. And the reason I bought this axe is I've always been a full-size axe kind of guy. I've had a couple hatchets throughout my life and I use them, but I've pretty much always been a full-size axe kind of guy. I like being able to break up big chunks of wood and have fires that go most of the night and all that sort of thing. But they're not super packable. And more than that, I just kind of wanted to, you can't really use them to make crafts, so I'm like always using a knife and stuff like that. And I just kind of wanted to like grow my skills a little bit and try and get used to a new tool. So I got two of these types of axes now, these camp type axes. I bought a Council Tools Hudson Bay axe and I did a review on it, but I didn't feel like that axe was, I thought I'm probably gonna knock that head loose. It's got a small neck, and I go out like camping, bushwhacking in the middle of nowhere, and I just kind of want an axe that's gonna be kind of reliable. And I was looking at this one and I like the design, so I bought this. And for that, and so this is just kind of like my first impressions of it. I haven't been using this axe very long, and I'm not used to this type axe, so I'm sure you know, like it might have been apparent in what I was doing. But yeah, it's pretty cool. As far as, I'll get into like the camp axe versus the full-size axe, I guess, later. But as far as this particular axe, this by Gransfors Bruks goes, this is an awesome axe, man. It's expensive, but this is a drop forged head, and the steel is awesome. No idea what it is. I'm Canadian. I live in North America. I'm used to American steels, but this is a European steel, a Swedish steel, and I'm assuming it's a Swedish steel, and it's awesome. I would say it's kind of similar to 5160. It holds a great edge. You can sharpen it razor sharp. Like I was able to shave hair with it right out of the box. It's low light, so I doubt I'm gonna be able to show you now, but I got a bunch of hair on the end of my blade there, including a small little chip. I think that's my fault, but I'll clean that up later on. But yeah, super awesome steel, well made. There's one guy that is in charge of the machine making this head, the drop forged machine, and he stamps his initials in it. His name was BK. So if anything goes wrong with this head, the company knows that that was the guy who made this head. So there's good motivation for them to do a good job. And whoever BK is, I think he did an awesome job on this axe. I love the design. I love these deep necks. That's awesome. I really like that. That makes the head way stronger. It's way harder to get these things loose with these deep necks like that. The pole is nice. It's machined very well. It's got a pretty narrow bit, so it bites awesome. You can get that, you can get awesome penetration. It's great for felling and bucking. Like it gets right down in there. It sticks a little bit. I had it sticking a lot because I was missing a lot of my swings. I think if I would have been more accurate, it would have blown the chips out more and not have stuck as much. So I think that might have been my fault. But yeah, it sticks a little bit, but awesome penetration, all that. For splitting, obviously you're sacrificing a little bit for splitting, but that's all right for me because it's a camp axe. I'm not going to be in one spot splitting up cordwood all the time. It's more just for like have a fire and, for a couple days and move on sort of thing. So it's fine for me. And it's awesome for roughing stuff out, like a hatchet for crafts and stuff like that, that you can really, really, do some nice fine work with that. As far as size, I think this is the perfect size for, you got your size to like actually do like your axe work, like a little bit of felling and some small, reasonable bucking and that sort of thing. And then if it was any bigger, it would just be unwieldy and awkward. It's like the perfect size for combination of power, but also being able to do, use it like a hatchet and do some crafts and stuff with it. Awesome for that. I carved out a bow drill set with this. I'm not going to show it on the video just because to try and save time, keep the video from being really long. But yeah, it's like perfect size for that. I know some guys think it's too big. They make another, I've heard some reviews, people thinking this axe is too big. They make a smaller one. It's the smaller version of this. It's the small forest axe. Where I live, you know, this is probably about as small as I want to go, because it's just thick bush and you kind of need that a little bit of power. Craftsmanship for making the head was awesome. Hanging it, awesome. This is an awesome axe. I've got almost straight grain there. I'm sorry the light isn't perfect. I've got a lot of grains. Almost all of them run all the way through, which is awesome. Definitely would consider this a premium head or a premium handle. It's nice and thick, which I like that, because if they make them too thin, then you're stuck with it. But if it's thick and you want to thin it out a little bit on your own, it's easy to do that, right? So, and it makes it stronger. If you like a thick handle, like I think this is perfect the way it is. It's nice and strong, right? Love this. Love hanging the head like that. I like that. This is 3/16 proud with a hardwood wedge in it. Love that. It's awesome. I didn't get a step bit in mine. I'm okay with that, because if it comes loose, I'll just put one in there. But yeah, I didn't get step bit, but it's on there rock solid, and I think this is an awesome design. Really, really like this axe. I think there's some, you can buy like cheaper axes where you can end up getting awesome craftsmanship and all that, and an awesome handle. I think with this axe, you're pretty much always going to get awesome craftsmanship. They seem like quality control is really there, and everyone I know who's gotten a handle from them has said that it's been awesome. Or not everyone I know, but everyone that I've seen on the internet. So I think that this is a premium axe, and I'm well pleased with it. I'm probably going to end up buying their American filling axe at some point. It has like a all-around sort of axe. Looks like it has a little bit of a thicker head, so I think that's like decent at bucking, decent at felling, decent at splitting kind of axe, as opposed to like a hardcore felling axe. But I'm so impressed with the craftsmanship on this, I'm probably going to buy it at some point and use that. But love this axe, and I'm trying to get better and better with the camp axe type thing. Sheath, awesome sheath. Oil tan leather, which is like awesome for outdoors use. Well made. I've got some mink oil on it, so it's a little bit darker than when you normally get it. Comes with a welt and rivets. Love the welt. I'm not a big fan of these without the welt in them, because I find the rivets kind of just like bang against the blade a little too much. And I know you're usually using steel in the rivets that's like, or metal in the rivets, like that's softer than the steel and the axe, so like copper and stuff. But still, I like the welt in there, and I think this sheath is well made. Definitely a good quality oil tan leather, which is going to hold up. As long as you take care of it, it's going to hold up forever. With outdoor use, oil tan leather is perfect for outdoor stuff. So love this axe. Think it's awesome. I'm going to keep trying to get better with it, and I'm sure it'll probably be in like future videos and stuff like that, maybe if you see it again. But yeah, it's a pretty cool axe. Hey, so I know there's not a lot of light left. One thing I was gonna say, this axe comes razor sharp out of the box. I plan on, I gave it a good polish with a super light, fine whetstone, and I plan on getting a medium and fine grit polishing stone and trying to polish it twice a year to get that like awesome mirror finish on it. I think this axe is definitely worth it. But yeah, it does come out of the box. It comes razor sharp, and I think if you give it a good polish twice a year, I think you'd get a scary edge on this thing. So yeah, awesome little axe.